Countrymen, it is nearly 1 month now since, by the spontaneous action of the junior officers and men of the Ghana Armed Forces, the government of the Supreme Military Council was overthrown and the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council was established. That action represented a revolt of the ordinary Ghanaian against social injustice, against economic hardship, and against the cancer of corruption that had eaten deep into the fabric of our society. I've come to the studio today to brief you on the latest state of the revolution and to share with you our thoughts on the future of our dear nation. I do this in the conviction that there can be no revolution unless the people, all of us, really understand what it is all about, and springing from that understanding, genuinely commit our support to it. Let me remind you again of the stated aim of the revolution. The action taken by the junior officers and other ranks of the Ghana Armed Forces was motivated by a desire to bring justice, social, economic, and political, to all citizens of Ghana. After 7 years in office, the army was going back to barracks without any steps having been taken to punish those who had tarnished the name of the armed forces. This situation posed a threat to the continued existence of the armed forces and the stability of the country, hence the spontaneous action of June 4th to preempt a coup immediately after handover to a civilian administration. We have all heard from every political party say how corrupt the country has become. But from past experience, we know that none of them would do a thorough job of eradicating corruption once they came into office. Since the future belongs to the young, it was felt that we must safeguard the supreme national interest and bring social justice into the body politic. The main purpose of the exercise is to ensure that the gap between the haves and the have-nots, the rich and poor, is bridged. This is a limited objective which would help the incoming administration to take all necessary long-term measures for bringing stability to the nation. I know that there are many Ghanaians and many friends of Ghana abroad who have been distressed by some recent developments. We have also been made aware of the depth of feeling, both at home and abroad, about the turn of events in Ghana. Ghana has had a long tradition of tolerance and respect for the rule of law and internationally accepted principles of justice. The fear, both within and outside Ghana, is that we may now be abandoning this tradition in favor of some arbitrary conception of instant justice. This fear, though understandable, is not well founded, as a better appreciation of the circumstances will reveal. Let me tell you in simple language. The people of Ghana have endured hunger for far too long. There is not one single worker who could make ends meet, and the miracle is that the people have been able to endure this for so long. You may say that this has been possible because of our excellent tradition of tolerance and patience. But patience and tolerance can be dangerous because they allow a buildup of anger to such an extent that when the bubble finally bursts, there can hardly be a way of containment. Countrymen and friends of Ghana, we must thank God that this pent-up anger did not erupt as it might have. The threat to the unity of the nation was real. If we had not acted the way we did, the nation could have faced total disintegration. In the circumstances, we have exacted the supreme price in the conviction that it was the only way to save the situation and to leave a lasting legacy for Ghanaians yet unborn, and that when one attains the highest office of state, one should learn to serve the people and not lord it over them, and be prepared at all times to account for their stewardship. Countrymen and friends of Ghana, let me assure you that Ghana will not abandon her traditions of respect for the rule of law and the principles of justice. We have not abandoned and will not abandon our respect for human rights, and we are fully aware of our obligations under the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Nonetheless, the laws of Ghana will still be operative, and those found guilty from now on will be dispatched to penal farms and their properties confiscated. To ensure that the properties confiscated are not returned to the deprived owners by any successive government, all such properties shall be vested in the state. The fears entertained that properties once confiscated would revert to the dispossessed are no longer valid. This is because the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council has safeguarded against this by making specific provisions in the transitional provisions of the promulgated Constitution. The tough methods that the revolutionary forces are using and will continue to use in grappling with the situation cannot endure them to everyone. There are signs that some elements in our society are engaged in activities that may sow seeds of discord and create disaffection for the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council. These include unauthorized actions of uniformed personnel, some businessmen who may be using their influence and wealth, and even some supporters of the revolution who in their zeal encourage excesses in the various exercises we have embarked upon. The total sum of these activities constitute a challenge of threat to the security of the country. To combat this, we must strengthen the solidarity of the forces, strengthen discipline, and reinforce combat readiness. The Armed Forces Revolutionary Council has set about this task, and we assure the nation that we are ready to deal with any threat to the nation. In this connection, the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council wishes to issue a serious warning to all those who may wish to take the law into their own hands. The maintenance of law and order is a paramount objective of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, and it will ensure this with all the vigor and zeal at its command. Fellow countrymen, through the efforts of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council and with the cooperation of the nation, we have achieved some success in forcing prices down to more tolerable levels. We intend to maintain the momentum so that the ordinary man will reap the full benefits of our concerted actions. But our ability to do this will depend not only on the cooperation of all, but also on hard work and increased productivity. Additionally, we of the armed forces and the police must regenerate confidence in the people. Let them feel that we are their protectors and not their oppressors. Our farmers in particular must be encouraged and made to feel that they will be assisted and not harassed when they bring their food to the marketplaces. We of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council regard this as a pledge to them. Questions have been asked about the future. Let me make our position clear once again. When we decided to reappoint the civilian commissioners to their post and to entrust them with the administration of the government machinery, that did not mean that everything was all right in the civilian sector. All aspects of the house cleaning exercise are well in hand. More than this, we did not want to interfere with the process towards civilian rule. This has been underscored by the holding of the general elections on schedule and by our various consultations with the political parties aimed at ensuring a smooth transition to civilian rule. Finally, let me address an appeal to you all, citizens and friends of Ghana, wherever you may be. Our nation is passing through the most crucial period of her history. There is a need for understanding and sympathy of our problems. While we seek to redress the wrongs of the past, we remain committed to the ideals of human dignity that Ghana has subscribed to since independence. In this connection, we assure the law-abiding foreign nationals in our midst that they will enjoy the same protection and rights within the law as Ghanaians. This protection will, however, not be extended to foreign nationals who insult the dignity of the Ghanaian. Foreign nationals who treat their Ghanaian workers with contempt will be kicked out. We have taken note of the appeals for restraint from the world community, especially those from our sister African states. We wish to assure them that in the spirit of brotherhood and African unity, we would heed their advice. In the same spirit, we expect our friends to make a close and sincere study of the peculiar problems that face us today and to be a little more accommodating. Let us close our ranks and together strive to achieve these noble aims and prepare the ground for a better tomorrow. Countrymen, you're either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. Thank you.